Well, Coach, kind of a losing streak right now, and the final weeks of the season. Not that it's something that you obviously don't want, especially this time when you're, fighting for the postseason. What have you told your players leading up into the last couple weeks?
Yeah, it's been challenging. When you're on a losing streak, to try to keep the girls motivated, it's definitely always a challenge. And the truth of the matter is we still have a chance. Even we might need a little help, But if we can turn things around and start playing pretty well these last couple of weekends and win these last 4 matches, which is not impossible to do. And with some of the other teams in the conference, with the schedules that they've got that are pretty tough, you never know what can happen. So we try to talk about that a little bit still, because the postseason is really something that they've been wanting to reach, and it's been a goal of ours throughout the spring, throughout the the preseason and the season. But with that said, I even talk about, I said if we were in a situation where we were 0-12, at this point, or 0 and whatever, there's still pride. There's still, the feeling after the win, whether it's your first win of the year or your 12th win of the year or whatever it might be. Try to instill that in them a little bit. Play for, as a team, we've got 5 seniors that we don't want to go out. We don't want them to send them out on a losing streak. So play for your seniors, play for your teammates, and just play for your own personal pride at this point.
Obviously, you don't want to be in this position, but at the same time that you have so many seniors that you don't have to look and say, well, hey, I have all these underclassmen where they define leadership. And obviously, if you guys are going to win these games in the last couple of weeks, that you do have the seniors that can really lead the way.
Yeah, and our seniors have been pretty vocal these last couple of weeks, just preaching to the team and trying to encourage the team. And when you have the seniors providing that kind of motivation, and they're not giving up, they're still focused and working hard, and they want to get these wins these last couple of weekends, that helps the coaching staff as well. And I think it helps, sometimes as a coach you feel like you're just being you're not even being heard after a certain point. And so when the seniors and the captains start speaking out and talking to the team and letting them know how important it is and that we can still do this, I think it really helps to keep the energy high and the focus high and the motivation high. And so I'm happy with the seniors for how they stepped up as leaders in these last couple of weeks.
You guys had that, to start the season, a strong start, even in conference play.
Mm-hmm.
But what has been the difference? Has it been just teams that are really competitive? Is it as simple mistakes, or what has it been that you've seen?
That's been the frustrating part about this season is we are in every set to a certain point, and then whether we win the set or not, maybe we get to the final. We've been in a lot of 5-set battles, and we have really struggled to execute down the stretch. When it's crunch time, when it's critical point time, we've hurt ourselves. And we know that. I mean, we have that on paper. We look at our stats after we've been doing it in practice a little bit, even statting during 6-on-6 and saying, okay, I think we had a 6-all game in practice the other day, and we went to 15, and it went 15-9. And I think of those last final, 9 points that were scored, I think 3 were earned. 3 were earned, and we're just stressing that. We have to stop inflicting, self-inflicted errors, hitting errors, serving errors, nets. Just all kinds of things that are within our control that we need to limit in order to finish down the stretch in these sets and in final, 5th sets especially.
Well, this week, a road trip, Friday and Saturday, Friday.
Short road trip.
Yeah.
Feels
just
amazing.
It's
I
the
can't
day.
even,
It's like,
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
well, what can you tell me, or what can you tell us about San Francisco?
Well, San Francisco is a team that has not won a match this season in conference. They are good. They're scrappy. They have played good defense, and it's their senior night, I believe. Every team that we play we're their only opponent on the weekend. So I believe it's their final home match of the year. So it's going to be. San Francisco is always a pretty hostile environment too. They have a kind of a smaller gym, but there's enough people in there to get in your head and start yelling at you and making noise, and so it's fun. I mean, that's an environment that as an athlete you'd rather play in over an empty gym with, you can hear the pin drop. But they're scrappy, and their senior night, they're hungry for a win. We've got to go out focused, and most definitely cannot be overlooking San Francisco this weekend.
I know you don't want to have those extended games, but is this a situation on Friday where you guys are hungry, they're hungry for their first conference win? that maybe it might come down to
It
it.
could, it wouldn't surprise me if we end up in a, 4 more 5-set battles. That's kind of how this team has gone for the last couple of years. Actually, we've had a hard time finishing teams off, but we beat them in 3 last time at our place. I would certainly love to do that, especially knowing we have to go in Saturday and play a very, very tough Sonoma State team at their place.
All right, Coach. Well, I love those Friday, Saturdays.
Yeah, yeah.